Happy Sunday, Tribe of Abundance, and welcome back to the Abundant Insights channel. It's me, Dill Divine, after a way too long hiatus away from the camera. See, look, it's been way too long. Away from the camera and away from doing general collective readings, I am coming back after much needed self-care, maintenance, healing, shadow work, the whole nine. So please bear with me as I get back into the rhythm of flow of going in front of the camera to do a reading. And be sure to comment down below with what you like, what you would like more of, and be sure to like and share this video with your friends, with your loved ones, with your family, because we're all going through some major spiritual upgrades right now at this time. And with that being said, I'm going to have us do weekly messages, okay? So this is going to be coming up starting with September 27th, so tomorrow, Sunday, and it's going to run for a week. Alrighty, so to kind of kick us off, I wanted to see where folks at right now. We have the autumn equinox, the changing of the season, we're moving into a new energy. I don't know about y'all, but I actually wanted to do this reading days ago on the equinox proper, and yet I had so many situations, unresolved tensions, eruptions going on in my living space, things to be discussed, things to be negotiated, etc., etc. And some of it really had the fiery Sagittarius in me coming to the surface when I wasn't feeling heard. So I know it's Mars in retrograde, particularly in the Aries energy. Mars rules Aries, so that could be very, very fiery, very passionate. And we all have to just be careful to breathe through it when conflict comes up. Otherwise, it can truly devolve into a very tense confrontation. And that's what I've been doing my best to avoid through meditation and yoga. However, I'm also a human being, and some things do need to come up through contrast in order to be effectively addressed and released. So with all that stated, I am very grateful to be moving. On the other side of that, I've been getting lots of downloads in addition to Spirit just telling me, get in front of the camera, go for it, practice your craft. Don't overthink it, because that's my problem, right? The insecurity about perfectionism, which then leads to procrastination. So for our weekly messages, I figured let's use the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. And I'm going to put the deck information down below with the title of the deck, the author, as well as a link where you can go and find it, possibly purchase it if you're interested, as well as read some of the reviews and see if you resonate with it. But yeah, I just always find it important to name our tools, right? As well as to help share and uplift these artists and authors that we're all kind of benefiting from the wisdom that they put through these. All right, so let's check off where we're at on the map and kind of where we're heading this week. What is the dominant energy? So, and also please don't mind the microphone. I know it reminds me of drive-through back in the States, but this is the best way for me to ensure that we're catching my voice. Otherwise, it could be even more janky than the setup is right now. All right, so thank you all so much. Whoop, there we go. I always like to kiss my cards and tap them. I know every reader has their own method. I mean, I already prayed and cleansed over them. And I encourage everybody, take a moment if you haven't already, call in your gut, take a breath, whether you're working with your highest self, with your angels, ancestors, elders, guardian angels, deities, gods, goddesses, Neteru, different ascended masters, or perhaps Atlantean, Lemurian, or Mintakan ancient societies resonate with you. To my fellow starseeds, Arcturians, Andromedans, Pleiadians, Sirians, Lyrans, as well as many more starseed family coming through. Let us not forget our power animals, our Mayan oracles, all of our sacred beings, family and tribe with the highest vibration and purest intentions. I also want to name and thank and welcome in our dragon, fairy, and unicorn allies. I find that these sacred mystical beings, as we are going through this timeline shift and raising of our individual as well as collective vibration, we are cultivating a lot more high vibrational energy, spiritual energy, and these beings help to really clear the path for those downloads, for those blessings, for those miracles to come through. And can be really good at helping to release the density and blocks to, our own ascension, awakening, or if that's a little too fluffy for you, you can just think about your own advancement and achievement of success and growth, however you define that for yourself. So yeah, I guess I just gave us a little impromptu prayer, but I hope you're all feeling grounded. I'm going to do my best to remember to breathe and to slow down as well, because as you can see, when spirit gets going through me, I can pick up my pace. And then I am originally from New York in the United States, so that's a whole pace and movement in and of itself. And then I'm queer, and I don't know if y'all have seen the memes about iced coffee and fast walking, but apparently that's a very real thing and very applicable to me. So there we go. And it's important to have a little humor and laugh. So I really also want to make sure, in addition to inviting in our highest selves and our superior selves, also please ground and center and welcome in, treat your inner child, find the joy. I'm going to keep it real as a reader. Whatever comes through, comes through. And I'm also very real about my intention to help the collective, the tribe of abundance, you, to raise your vibration and co-create, the reality that you want and deserve, to help you align with your multi-passionate divine missions and soul purposes. Okay. So yes, stuff gets real, and I will address density if it comes through. However, my goal is not to leave you there, right? Because generally speaking, people are watching this, A, for clarity, and then B, for I want to say positive or at least transformative steps forward based upon the clarity and or messages they were able to receive and discern from this reading and from other readers. All right, so lots of love to the Tribe of Abundance. Thanks for being here. Let's see how rusty I am, all right? So we're going to start off with this Enchanted Map Oracle just to see kind of what is the present energy and what is the main energy of this week? What is the theme? What do we need to be focused on? Kind of what are we being invited to examine as to where we are on our path, on our journey? And as an aside, I'm probably going to change it up with the readings, just depending on what I feel that day. I'm going to do my best to stay on top of weekly messages, but I may change and experiment with the format. So be sure to leave those comments down below about what you're thinking. It would be a huge help, as my goal and my purpose is to serve, right? All right, so what is the energy for this week, dear Spirit? Beginning Sunday, September 27th. Hopefully I'm not messing up the date, but the intention is Sunday. Here we go. Okay, I'll put this up here for now. And I will take some pictures. I apologize, it is super far away. I'm going to play around with the camera. So you're probably not going to see it from there, but I'll be sure to narrate. And once I said, I'm going to put the pictures up on Instagram, and then I'm going to balance, doing readings like this where I'm far away, like many readers do this style, as well as I'm also going to have the ones where it's like, really zoomed in on the cards. So you'll see in different messages, so bear with me. However, so we have card number 26. Deep freeze out of this oracle, and what I'm seeing is a very, very gray and white, black and white, snowy winter image, and there's a lion in the center of the card. Looks a little bit stone / iced over, a little frozen. The word that kept ringing in my head as soon as I saw this card, as soon as it popped out, was hibernation, 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 reflection, really going within, so much so to the point it is a deep stillness, which I'm kind of getting that perhaps, if not in and of yourself, you felt like you may be a little too stagnant or moving slow. Others around you may have been responding to you or viewing you as if you were stuck, or at worst, even defeated. I'm feeling that some of y'all went through a really deep, wow, I'm really sorry, collective, to begin so heavy, but I'm feeling as though some folks went through some deep transformations, and perhaps what you're reviewing this week are some deep transformations and changes in your life that probably happened, within the past year, at least. And I think these are some transformations and changes that you may have been leaning into and reflecting on and doing your best to heal from, like this year or within the recent year period. However, these pains could extend far back. So, you saw how earlier I felt it really important to name the inner child. They wanted to come forward and be present. So that leads me to believe we could be dealing with some early in life, some inner child wounds and healing coming through. I know that's a very common theme. but I'm really feeling that energy, and possibly even some past life energy for y'all. And I have to affirm that because earlier today, the idea was running through my mind about doing a past life pick-a-pile, like a past life block breaker or past life kind of healing medicine oriented spread. So this coming through for me is kind of affirming from spirit. I need to go ahead and do that for the collective. But anywho, I think y'all have gone through it. And you've taken, and this is very well deserved, so no judgment, no shade, but really taking this time to rest, and go inward and sit in the emotions, sit in the feelings. Like this lion is sitting on top of this icy tundra, and one of its paws is even dangling in what remains of the unfrozen lake, if you will, or body of water that is surrounding them in this very desolate, icy environment. So, yeah, this is some deep reflection for healing to the point where you had to slow down. And if you were resisting slowing down, y'all got slowed down. Some events or some things happened this year. Obviously, Miss Rona, with the pandemic, slowed many of the world down. Much gratitude to essential workers, though. Let's get them the right equipment, right? But a lot of slowing down energy has been going on through the collective. Especially for those who are resistant, like you may have really gotten grounded like this lion and really kind of knocked to really just pause and reflect and recollect yourself, because you were likely burning yourself out. Since this is a lion, I'm getting that Leo energy, which when we have fire out of alignment, right, that means burnout, spreading ourselves too thin, being quick to fire, short temper, not much patience, not a lot of energy, things in spurts, like trying to force. It's like, what do you have? You know, when you come into the end of a lighter and you're trying to make it spark and you know it's probably empty, but you're trying to get that last drop of the fluid to what do you call it, spark a light for you. That's kind of what I'm getting. The good thing though, or I'm going to say the high vibrational medicine offered by this, this water does look like it is thawing out, the water that the lion has its paw dipping into. So I'm getting the sense of the warming up to the iciness, the defrosting, the melting of the ice, the coming out of hibernation, the dipping one's toes in cleansing and pure waters, and warmer waters compared to this tundra. It's kind of coming. You're kind of dipping your toes into both receiving healing in a gentle way, as well as coming back to life, coming out of this hibernation. Since this is a lion and that Leo energy, the invitation here is to tap into your personal power and strength, okay? To remind yourself of your sovereignty, of your divine power, your ability to manifest. Even the 2 + 6 adds up to an 8, which is a number of strength, which then when we manifest and use when we align and use our inner strength properly, then we can manifest what we want, which then also allows in the abundance and infinity that the 8 also offers to us. So the invitation is essentially to come into balance and harmony, even with that 2 and 6 respectively. Come into balance and harmony. I'm really getting a sense, especially because in the last few days I've been guided to really connect with Mary Magdalene as well as Mother Mary, my divine feminine guides and energies. And a lot of that is about unconditional love and about deep forgiveness, release, and surrender. And what's coming through for me is definitely deep. I'm really going to yourself with some deep self-love. Perhaps look up some meditations or some prayers if that resonates with you about self-love, unconditional love, and self-forgiveness, let alone healing of others. But I'm really feeling like this is a very inward journey, especially because I'm going to get to the bottom of the deck card of this oracle in a moment. And this is really deep about healing and tapping into one's personal strength. If you felt that you were a cub, when you were going into this healing period, if you felt like you were an adolescent lion or lioness or lion X, as you are awakening and receiving this healing and slowly being nurtured back into life and absorbing the warmth at a steady and gentle and comfortable rate. Like, this healing does not have to be hard despite the harshness of the tundra. It's your choice. This is an invitation. But kind of as you are healing, coming back to life, realize this is an adult, this is a grown, this is a wizened, this is a matured lion, lioness, lioness. So yeah, like, I think, yeah, that's really positive. Like, I'm feeling good about that. And we're obviously going to have some tarot to kind of get deeper into it. So the bottom of the deck from the Enchanted Map Oracle, we have card number 30, making a choice. And you probably can't see it from here, but I'm just doing this to test it anyway. But essentially we have it looks like a divine stone pathway high above the clouds. We have a blue bird with a red tail on the path of this walkway, and then we have some other butterflies flying around, white butterflies, sparkling lights. And it's this stone path kind of high in the clouds, and then it splits with two doorways. Okay, yes, two different options. The one to the left has a more golden and white kind of either sunrise or like a very early part of sunset kind of, sunset kind of vibe, versus the right is giving me more of deep pinks and purples and a more mystical and magical kind of twilight. Why am I getting like ancient society? Like, what's screaming through my mind? I'm getting dolphins. Like, dolphins want to keep coming through, like dolphins and whales. Possibly yes, Syrians as well, but who else was there? Minticons, Lemuria, Lemuria. So I don't know any of the starseeds out there. That might be an invitation to connect. For everybody, dolphins and whales are incredibly wise, as well as very joyous creatures, healing creatures that can really help you to melt your heart and come back into your heart space. So that is a medicine for everyone to consider. And it can be joyous. Like, dolphins offer us healing through joy, through pleasure, through community, connection, kinship. So that's really awesome. And as far as the starseeds and ancient society folks, definitely feel free to look some of those up. I know there's a lot of readers who do that. You can look at transmissions. Even Archangel Michael does a lot. DNA Awakening channel. There's a lot out there, but I think for some of y'all, you are being gifted this opportunity of choice. Essentially, choose your own destiny with your path of healing, actually, is what I'm getting. There's no wrong path here. Like, everything is really looking good on the up and up. Like, even the butterflies, the spirit guides could go either way. You can really go inward and follow your joy. Let the inner child guide you to the path of healing that catches your interest right now. And I share that because as somebody who, is a spiritual practitioner that resonates with a lot of different beings, and energies, and I'm always seeking to improve discernment and connection, especially because I'm more claircognizant and sentient as opposed to voyant or audient, which when it comes to that way, at least for me, like if I have a visual, it feels more real, and I've had to learn how to grow into trusting sentience and trusting cognizance. And different guides avail themselves at different times. This year alone, it was in a monthly cycle where fairies, then dragons, then unicorns, through a lot of signs and synchronicities, availed themselves to me and offered to support me so long as I be in service and essentially leverage the healing abilities from the angelic realms, which is what's bringing me back here today. However, I also resonate with certain starseed societies and tribes, and there are times where I want to tap into those meditations, to those transmissions, to those downloads. So different healing at different times. Just follow your heart, follow your joy. But really, the only potential negative now would be for those of you who are not making a choice, and we're just entering Libra season, I believe, with this equinox. So this whole sense of, a lot of astrologers online have been posting about how this season is about coming into balance. Things are being balanced out with this Libra energy, with that justice and karmic calculation and weighing and, heart versus feather imagery, all that good stuff. So the only thing that I really think could keep you stuck, though, based off of these two cards, at least thus far, would be the resistance of basically resisting to make a choice, inaction, just total passivity. Because you have options, and both of them are leading to brighter days and brighter healings. I think for some of y'all, the choice may be between something that may be a bit more nebulous, a little bit more cosmic, a little bit more galactic, in the sense that you are walking and following a higher spiritual calling, or going down a more spiritual path of healing and co-creation and manifestation, one in which you really are being invited to walk in faith with me, which really means taking one step at a time, and the universe may not be revealing so many steps ahead. So you're being invited to take a leap of faith. I think that's definitely out there for a lot of us in the collective. Archangel Metatron, through one of my tarot decks, is the Fool, which represents leap of faith in that deck, like verbatim. So a lot of us, I think, are being truly invited and called right now to walk our spiritual path and mission, and take the leap of faith, lean on spirit, be of service, and do so through abundance and joy. So I really think a lot of us are getting that that download. Thank you, Spirit. And then for some of our other folks out there who have healing, is, you're watching this, so you're probably still open to some level of spiritual, but perhaps right now the more immediate healing is going to go on in your on a more physical and tangible level. Perhaps if some of y'all have had some really tough times with, I'm getting, essentially work and or schooling, getting to the point of being really draining, really frustrating. This is also, at least in the States, September for me. I know in some places August, but September and August, but especially this fall season has that strong, back to school vibe. And at this point, with this many weeks into a traditional semester, perhaps we're kind of getting a little bit more settled into that routine, a little bit more studious. We're stabilizing our home environment. Actually, yeah, even with my 3D stuff, because maybe that's it. Actually, okay, Spirit, I see you, I feel you. I think many of us are actually getting healing on these multiple planes of existence. I mean, duh, right? But yeah, so everything I just mentioned about the higher call and spiritual, hold that. But on the 3D medicine is, like I said, I've been having a lot of things come up in my home environment to be dealt with on a very interpersonal, direct, physical environment, working through having to sail onto peace, having to compromise, to heal, to be patient, to be more communicative, and be aware of if that communication is being handled in a place from love, grace, and compassion, or is ego and reaction driving a lot of it. So I'm getting the fact that actually, even though this is making a choice, which it is, I think the choice is actually balance your time. Yes, balance. Okay, there we go. Come on, Libra. So this is about actually balancing. This is not about just making the choice point blank, period. This is about really balancing your time between tending to your physical environment, the people around you, in addition to tending to yourself, your highest self, your calling, your joy, your spiritual missions and purposes. This is about y'all really like waking up, warming up, melting out of the ice, and really getting ready to roar. Because this is also the season of harvest, the season of abundance. So as we progress and all of the crops start to yield, like some of these, you're already kind of getting, perhaps, understand there is more abundance to be got for you. This season is not done. So if you have been in hibernation, don't stay in hibernation right now. It's time to warm up and wake up, and it can be as gentle as you allow spirit to make it. All right, so pardon, I hope that wasn't too long for that oracle, but there were a lot of messages coming through. All right, so now let's clarify with the Wildwood Tarot. Because I was feeling very autumnal for this reading, wanting to celebrate and honor the equinox, going into all of that energy, I also felt just a lot of shamanic, kind of nature, animal, sacred plant kind of vibe. And I love the Wildwood Tarot because it just kind of gives me that energy, flavor, and feel. And it's a unique take on the tarot that presents a fun challenge. So, dear Spirit, what are the messages we can receive via tarot for the week ahead for the Tribe of Abundance, the dear collective watching at this moment in time? What is the message to discern for the collective at this moment in time? Let's do some more shuffles. I hope you all don't mind. I like to shuffle on camera. Really lets me know that what I'm getting is meant to be in the divine moment. Please and thank you, Spirit. May I have a card, please? Otherwise, it's a little tough. I'll do the pile method, which I always back up with. Yeah, my guides are saying the split. Okay, so we're gonna do it. Thank you so much, Spirit. We'll do a 3-card pull. Alright, so let's see what's really good with Spirit. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Bows, the hair. Okay. I gotta double check with this deck because I always get confused between the bows and arrows. Because I think arrows are air, duh. Because I thought bows was wands, because that's what she was giving me, but I was like, I need to check. So this would be also like the Queen of Wands, so the Queen of Bows. So I'll give us some of the information from the book in a second, because normally I don't read all the books on camera, but because this is a unique tarot, I think it's fun. But right off the bat, this is the bottom of the deck energy. So we have the Queen of Bows, the hair, and she's kind of really luminescent under the moonlight in this wooded area with like a little bit of a semi-ominous either tree stump, dead tree, something in the background, but she's standing above and proud. You know, this Queen of Wands, this Queen of Bows is kind of puffing out its chest, getting ready to launch ahead, to be on the move, coming out of the darkness, even if it means moving under the light of the moon, the light of night, even if you have to get out of there. You know, this queen is making her moves without really being concerned or caring about, and I almost cursed, but without really caring who is watching her. Nobody needs to be up in her business. She's minding her own. If people want to check for her, good luck, because she's moving, whether like her moves, like I feel like this is telling you, go for your passions, go for your joy, like get ready, like charge up, puff up your chest, like love yourself, connect with your passion, with your inner fire, right? Like as far as the bow, it's like cock it back, get ready, and then when you launch that arrow, you're gonna go fast. You're gonna have the speed and the confidence, the diligence and the focus of like a hare on a mission. Because this paw is like very gallantly and regally forward, you know, like she's getting ready to just slay whatever. I'm really feeling that. And the moon is also a divine feminine intuitive icon, also very healing. So this could be the invitation. Check in with the moon if you work with the moon, whether it's new moon energies, full moon energies, as well as all of the different phases in between. This might really resonate for some of y'all lunar magicians out there. And this is a full moon. So this to me is also saying like a big manifestation is about to come. You know, because even the Queen of Wands, she's in the upright, she's very expansive. She's very confident, very charming, very alluring, very attractive from that place of just confidence and willpower, and has a zest for life, a passion, and a charm, as I do this, a little seductive, if you will, at times, a little sultry. And this goes for all genders, okay? Like, this is not just for those who identify as women or men on the binary. This is for us NBs as well, genderqueer, whatever your flavor is. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But we are getting a feminine energy, divine feminine energy of fire coming through. So I'm excited because this hair, I think this is even indicating like this week, like if you are more in the slow down deep freeze, like coming into this week, now this is the week where you're really like I said, warming up, shirking it off, healing, and you're getting ready to make your moves. And also with this is like, make your moves don't feel you need to tell everyone your plans. And I'm not saying be like secretive in, you know, like a problematic or shisty kind of way, like none of that. But I'm saying mind your business and be careful of who's minding your business, because not everyone is here for you. Okay. And that's not to be shady, but not everybody is at a vibrational point in time where they can hold space for someone else's success and or abundance without really viewing that from their own lens of lack and or scarcity, their own place of detraction or diminishment or what have you. So especially because you're just freshly coming out of this healing period, you're going to be more vulnerable. This is not to say that you're going to be weak. Okay, this is not to deny you of your strength, because this is started off with you coming into your power, but it's saying do not invite unnecessary tests or struggles to your newfound / newly developed, newly evolved strength. Okay, so take this with love. Spirit is strong. And whenever I tell you to do something, in reality, please take it as an invitation. Sometimes Spirit, I don't know, has this very divine oracle, sometimes try not to preach energy. So please take everything as an invitation, not inherently as a should, because as with any reader, as with any reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and understand that some things will reveal themselves in divine timing. All right, let's see what the spread is for the week. Page of Bows. We have lots of bows. 5 of Stones. 2 of Vessels. Okay, kitties. Ooh, I'm getting excited. Yay. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so glad to be back. All right. So we had the Queen of Bows as the bottom of the deck energy, which could be the overarching and probably the overlapping one of the week. All right. We're starting off first. Court card, though, is Page of Bows. We have the Stoat. Okay, so once again, this is, what do we got? Page of Wands energy. So this is, once again, you about take note of what sparks your interest. What looks fun or joyous for you? What is kind of calling to your inner child right now? There's a creative and spiritual invitation or opportunity, I think, basically in your hands right now. And if it doesn't seem that prominent or it's not too clear, I think Spirit's saying explore something that's been running through your mind very interesting. Like some of y'all are wanting to do or create something. I don't know whether that means returning to writing, if that's returning to, like me, I've been called to get back in front of the camera and start doing readings and also start, doing some writing downloads and doing daily oracles and stuff. For some of y'all, it's music, it's performance. I also had a lot of images of dance and the meditation I did before this. Some of y'all are being called to feel the fire and move. Let Spirit move you and move through you. You are coming back into the spark of life and feel it. And perhaps at the beginning of the week, you're feeling more of this Page of Bows, but I think this is going to be the week that's really going to help you recognize and transition into your power as the Queen of Bows. One thing to know, I see with this Stoat energy, I'll come back to the book with this online because I'm just flowing right now, so I'm just going to flow, all right? With this Page of Bows and Stoat, this Stoat is on a ledge, and there's kind of like a waterfall like background, but kind of flowing underneath them. They're on the ledge, and they kind of have tail dangling off. Like it's as if rather than a human would kind of try and dip their toe in the water or kind of reach down and see how far does it go. It's kind of like the Stoat is doing it with their tail. And so it's Spirit's saying, Spirit's saying don't feel like you necessarily need to go and ask first. Like be mindful of what you're exploring. But it's okay. Like I feel as though, oh my gosh, yes, the same message. Leap of faith. Take the leap of faith. Dive into the cleansing waters. Dive into the cleansing pool. Receive this divine healing. It is actually very warm. Think of this as a cleansing divine shower, a divine rebirth. Take the shot. Launch. You've got the right tools to go in this direction. Explore. Yes, even though I know this is the wand suit and this is the bows, because of this waterfall energy and motif and with the way the Stoat is positioned, this is about you really leaping into your passions. Stay balanced, because we do have the balance of the healing, and that is overriding. So I'm not saying get lost in the sauce, right? Lost in your passions, but Give into it because you deserve joy. You deserve this healing because in the middle, y'all have been going through it. We have the 5 of stones and we have endurance. This resonates with 5 of pentacles, 5 of coins, earth energy. This one usually shows folks when they're going through times of scarcity, of lack, of poverty, of isolation, loneliness, deep winter feelings, deep freeze feelings, being very alone, very isolated. Here we see a young child, a wounded inner child by a dark cave tending to a fire while lightning is cackling and storming in the background. So here we have a lonely, potentially wounded child on a stormy night, essentially doing what they can to keep themselves warm, both literally as well as figuratively, internally. This is some deep, the deep freeze, the deep pain. Y'all are being invited to release this, let this go. One, celebrate the fact that you have kept this fire going. You haven't, my ear is ringing. Y'all deserve to celebrate this fire. Celebrate the fact that you were able to survive and understand that survival is not your be-all end-all destiny. You deserve to thrive. You're coming to a new day with the passing of the storm, the cackling of this lightning, the divine destruction clearing away. You are going to be coming into a new period of new connections, new love, healing love and abundance, because we have the 2 of vessels, which is the 2 of cups in this deck. This is about divine partnerships, divine unions, divine relationships, divine friendships, basically interpersonal connections. In this card, we see a character, an animal, like a humanoid animal, but one is definitely masculinized, gendered as a man if we were to put a human on it, and vice versa, a woman on the left. But take this as a masculine and feminine energy, make it gender inclusive. This is just about the universal balancing of energies, both internally within ourselves as well as how we project and reflect that out in the world with others, interpersonally, right? But essentially we see the flowing in of a passionate, loving heart, glowing between the 2 of them, also being ushered in. Notice coming from the left, coming from this side. So coming from the divine feminine, tapping into one's divine feminine energy, i.e. receptive and nurturing, receiving energy, divine goddess energy, rebirth energy. Ooh, spirit is going ham with me right now. But all this energy, so for those of you where this is involving partnerships, whether that be, with intimacy and people you're dating versus even just close friendships, or perhaps even healed family relationships and ties, tap into that feminine energy. Or if there is a more feminine one of you in that dynamic, if it's you, you're going to really be bringing this heart healing. This is your opportunity this week. Otherwise, if you are in the more masculine energy, you may be invited to respect and honor and hold space for the divine feminine, bringing in this nurturing, healing, rebirth energy, and then contributing your own divine masculine fire to really help ignite this love and place it in the middle. So everything I just said also as that external process, please also reflect on it internally, because we are a mix of both energies in and of ourselves. Some of us may feel it in, obviously we can't really put a number on it, but we may quote unquote feel it to a certain proportion or not. Some of us may not at all, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Just understand these energies are yours for the taking and for the balancing and aligning. This one also says 2 of vessels, attraction. So for those of you who have been like wishing, praying, daydreaming of healing, of a reignition of passion, of a zest for life, to fall in love with life again, in addition to sharing life with others and love with others in whatever capacity. It doesn't only have to be romantic and or sexual, but take it if it is there. This to me is about almost like I'm getting a rebirth. I'm getting like a divine baptism with the whole water and the waterfall image. And it's like almost like a rebirth, like rebaptism kind of gig through the water element, taking all the healing from that. And then from there, rising up and out, like flaming up and out, like Phoenix style, rising from the Hudson. Hey-yo to my X-Men friends. But bursting out with the passion and the love of life. Like it's rebirth by both elements here. Yes, I'm really feeling that rebirth with like very strong fire and water energy. For those of you who are in partnerships and dynamics, take a look at respective charts, and with the fire and water element separations, we do have some earth here, but very strong water and fire, which baseline medicine for all of us is to look at our emotional and spiritual bodies and really bring those into divine union. And this is very powerful because with these figures on this Two of Vessels card, Two of Cups card, they have their top hands touching, like face, like palm to palm, right? And then the bottom hands are both essentially flowing out water into their respective cups. So to me, it's almost like this, I'm getting this image of just like they each have their own independent abundance in addition to this co-creative abundance they're sharing together. Like, this is a divine union. This is a healthy division of power and energy going on here. So I really just want to put that out there. This is looking really positive, but with the Queen of Bows at the bottom of the deck, this is about you stepping into your power, knowing your worth, having your value, carry yourself as the Queen of Wands. Even if you're feeling like the Page of Bows right now in this moment or the beginning of the week, understand this is where you're heading. Allow yourself to receive that confidence, believe you deserve it, and open up. It's a choice for you to stay in this Five of Stones energy in the cold, because with the Two of Vessels coming up right after it, it is showing you that love is flowing towards you, support. If you've been feeling lonely or you need someone or a team, whatever that may be for you, is like, go for it. Like, follow the flow, come out of the cave, come out of the cold, enjoy this new season, seize these opportunities, reap what you've sown in a positive way, and have faith that you deserve exactly what you're going for. Wow, this got really, really good, with all the heavy energies there. Okay, so to kind of prepare us as we come to a close, I am going to use what is it called? Mystical Shaman Oracle. All right. And I'm going to put all the information down below. But one of the authors is Colette Baron Reed of this one as well. Because we're dealing with this fall energy, and like I said, I'm in the shamanic feel, I feel like we should definitely get a card from this. And then I'm actually going to close out with a Blessed Be card to kind of see what is the blessing of the week from the universe and our guides. All right. So let's get ready to bring this on home. And I'm wondering what summary I'm going to do for this, but thank you all. I got really excited. I was really flowing. So hopefully that wasn't too fast for you. And definitely, once again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let me know what you're thinking down below, because I'm really, really excited to connect with folks, especially since, quarantine does have me very far away physically from all the other people I normally connect with. Okay, so we got the Earth card in reverse. That flew up. We'll take it. And then we have the Council card as the bottom of the deck. So first up is Earth, card 17 in reverse. Once again, I will take a picture later for Instagram, so y'all can go and follow me there. And even if you don't have Instagram, the profile is public, so you can at least see the pictures. Like, don't worry. But if you are on Instagram, please give a follow. And then, all right. For this one, I'm definitely going to take the medicine from the book, because the shamans are worth it. Well, everyone's worth it. No tea, no shade. However, let me just give my initial read. Bottom of the deck is the Council, and we have number 11. With the Council, and I'm looking at this, and it's card 11, which is a gateway, a portal number for me. Yeah, big spiritual download avenue, bandwidth, like I'm getting like spiritual ethernet cable running up and down our energetic cable, connecting us from the Earth Star chakra below all the way up, really doing work to start igniting our 12 chakra system. So for those of you, many of y'all may have heard of the 7 chakra system, but we are 12 chakra beings. At least at this point, we are, with the raising of vibration spiritually, we are being invited to start nurturing and tuning into that. So you may want to look that up if that resonates. But with the Council, I'm bringing that up because my star seeds, like for those of you, Council of Light, Commander Ashtar, check in with your spiritual guides and team, especially your star seeds and galactic family. I feel as though they're calling you inward, both into, I'm really getting, actually, this is really, okay, I see what's happening. So this card is really calling me heart chakra upward, but really going into the heart space and receiving downloads Like, you're going through a very big spiritual activation and download portal right now, and it's important for you to convene and invite in the messages from your council of spiritual guides, allies, and champions, really, your teammates, because we're all equals, but they're here to help us with our divine missions and purposes, following our dreams, answering the call of our soul, so to speak, or the calls of our soul, really. Whew. Going so fast. But this is some deep spiritual healing and information. So if some of y'all have been feeling like, yes, with this hibernation, because even this being, the way their eyes are closed, they're in that restful state. Yes, very real. Your deep freeze period is coming to an end. And if you want to make this healing, like I said before, more joyous and gentle and more higher vibe, please love and release your shadow self. Understand that it is a major part of you. So, and allow your spiritual guides and team and councils to make your healing more joyous and less dense from this point forward. You're being gifted that. It is for you to choose, though, and for you to allow. And this is not to mean that in healing in every moment or every situation it's going to be perfect, it's going to be soft, it's going to be rosy. It's just about where are you putting your hope, and even better off, where are you putting your belief and faith that things are getting better. And you are moving forward, you are ascending, raising your vibration, better things are coming towards you, flowing to and through you, being a beacon of divine light, of beauty, creativity, mastery. The more you believe that and have senses of joy, practices of joy and gratitude, trust and believe your healing journey will be that much more enjoyable, smooth, pleasurable. But this is deep, and also this is not only just for you to seeking out your counsel. This is for you to also recognize in and of yourself you are a council member. So for many of y'all, this is about answering your spiritual call and stepping into your spiritual leadership, and that really just means being of service and doing what you're called to do, sharing what moves your soul with the world, with your community, whether through the internet, around you, both. Whatever works. But this is that invitation, like, really check in with your crown and anoint yourself. And now the fact that we have Earth in the reverse, for me, so like I said, with the council card, I was getting very heart chakra up. So this is like, some of us may be feeling with all of these downloads going on right now, like very, very upper chakra, like open, but we might be dealing with some imbalance in the lower chakras. Earth referring especially first chakra to the root chakra, that is the earth element. So our baseline foundations, our stability and our security. So what I'm getting is it's also very important for us right now to stay grounded, do grounding activities, breathe deeply, meditate, take a walk outside, get some fresh air, go out in nature, listen to nature sounds and meditations, fairy meditations for those of you it resonates with. Power animal meditations, working with your animal guides, really have a strong earth base, because your downloads are so high vibrational that if you don't tend to your lower chakra, so solar plexus, sacral, and root, you're going to be like so off kilter. So this is going to be so high vibe, this is going to be low vibe, and you're kind of like gonna as I model it, right, you're gonna jitter, and it's going to be really difficult to integrate it. Not to say impossible, but you can once again soften this healing by coming into balance. The fact that this is reverse is leading me to believe that your earth element is out of whack, your stability and foundation is out of whack, and it's about you reforming, rebuilding it, and having faith in it, and also allowing in Mother Earth, Gaia, sacred teaching plants, nature, the animal guides, the fae, the elementals of this beautiful planet, work with you, build your faith, share in healing, share in unconditional love, and feel that support and strength, and know that so long as you breathe and you are in this present moment and you are alive, greatness is flowing to and through you. Greatness is flowing to and through you. Yeah, a lot of us are being called back into the breath right now. Yeah, because even I can tell by the way this reading has been going, talking about all of this downloads and speed. come back into the breath. I'm with y'all. We got to do our grounding. So whatever grounding activity works for you. For some of y'all, that could just be coloring in a book with some music or binaural beats on in the background. Or maybe that's playing a relaxing game or leisurely game. But doing something that makes you feel very grateful and connected with the beauty and the blessings of this world. And then for those of you who will have some social energy, maybe with loved ones who are also high vibration, and add to your cup rather than take away. So that's the initial downloads I'm getting. So let's kind of see really quickly what the book has to say about these cards. And then hopefully this doesn't cut off so we can get a blessing. So the essence, which is like the main part of this council card number 11. The council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the world of spirit. A life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes, in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your inner wisdom. See, I was talking about the spark of life. The spark of life is here, y'all. Like, you are getting this rebirth. The invitation, because this is in the upright. The council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. Couldn't have summed up this reading any better. Like, boom, boom, pow. I'm not even going to paraphrase this because we could just keep it pushing. So let's get the essence of card number 17, the Earth. Earth represents the gift of life. The symbol on this card refers to the body of the planet Earth, the human body, and nature herself. We're reminded by this symbol that all creatures are born of the earth, and human beings are the stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it. Our health, wealth, security, grounding, solidity, and stability. It reminds us that the world of form is a gift from spirit and needs to be treated with respect. So see, this is really about coming into a better and more unconditionally loving and consistent relationship with Mother Earth Gaia, and receiving all of these blessings of the health, wealth, security, grounding, solidity, and stability that she offers by honoring her and raising the vibe. Because she came up in reverse, this is the medicine. Do you feel ungrounded or easily thrown off your path lately? It is time to focus on what nurtures you, to open yourself to the healing of Mother Earth and see the abundant world around you. Perhaps you have lost the ability to trust that your needs will be met and have fallen prey to poverty consciousness. Perhaps you have not been eating well, been overworked and stressed, and forgotten to breathe in the beauty of your surroundings. When the spirit of Earth comes as your medicine, you're being reminded that when you practice self-care, take a walk in nature, and focus on the consciousness of abundance, miracles can and do happen. Once again, wow, thank you, mystical shamans. This slayed the reading. Summed it up so nicely, y'all. This is really about grounding and believing and going for it. Taking this rebirth, taking these leaps of faith, following your soul, following your heart. Like, you're being reignited. Your emotional and spiritual bodies are just getting such a boost and upgrade that, you know, let your heart lead and your spirit, you know, call out the directions, and then your mind can play its helpful role in kind of like taking the step forward alongside the body. But this is dope. All right, let's close out with a blessing. Oh, awesome. So we got a blessing of the week. I'm just going to take one. Ooh, okay. And we have card number 14, blessing on a friendship. And there's a unicorn in this card. Love it. Which is showing us a spiritual connection, a very spiritual healing going on with this. So, a blessing on a friendship. And it's a 1 plus a 4, which is a 5, which can sometimes represent conflict energy, or at the very least challenging times, perhaps some turmoil or turning point. So if y'all have been going through it with someone, or some people around you, maybe you haven't been feeling, I think because of the deep freeze with the isolation energy, I'm going to guess that some of y'all are also coming back into connection. Yeah, my ear just started to lightly ring. Some of y'all are coming back into connection with others. So spend time with your friends, with your loved ones. Pray for healing if you've had any tensions or adversities. Like I said, this Mars in Aries retrograde is making relationships a little tense. Like when stuff is there to pop off, it possibly can if we're not in alignment, and inviting in peace, grace, and compassion. But this blessing on your friendship, I'm getting a sense of allow space for unconditional love, communal joy, shared truth. The way this figure is leaning on this unicorn in this what do you call it, in this picture, this is making me really want to soften. I'm really wanting to calm down as I stare at this card. And there's some pain and some heaviness in both the eyes of the unicorn and in the woman, the person I'm reading as the woman or the goddess on the card. So, and I talked about forgiveness before and healing, and maybe that has to deal with this Two of Cups, Two of Vessels energy. Allow this healing to flow to and through you. Please call upon, your guides of choice for that. I love to work with Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, especially for compassion, grace, and unconditional love, as well as forgiveness. So whichever guides or beings you resonate with, also definitely call in the unicorns here because they're coming through strong. Bring this healing. You deserve love. I'm getting the message. You deserve love. You deserve friendship. You deserve shared joy, and you are capable of connections. There are soul, family, beings, and tribe out there in this physical reality here for you. You don't only have to go into your inner world. Blessed relationships are flowing your way. They are flowing towards you. So if you've been in this 5 energy of conflict, trust, a new beginning and a new stability, the 1 and the 4 are coming through for you now, and it's going to be shared, and it's going to be awesome. And this one is really long in the book, so I'm going to put this, I'll take some pictures of this blessing for those of y'all who want to dig into it and possibly see some of the incantations and or affirmational messages with it. Taken more than enough time, and I don't want to beat out the camera or the battery. So with that being said, I love you all so much, Tribe of Abundance. Thank you for welcoming me, Dill Divine, back into your consciousness, into your environment, into your universe. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as comment down below about what you love, as well as other ideas or things you may be seeking. And please take note, at least at the time of this filming and release of this video, personal readings as well as energy healings, whether through Reiki or angel healing, are available now. So if you resonate with me and want to work with me and get an individualized one-on-one reading, please be sure to check out the links down below and head on over to my Ko-fi page. Or even if you just want to donate and help me pay my rent out here while I'm on quarantine and lockdown abroad, that'd be a huge help too. Either way, your viewership, I love you. I appreciate you. Sending you so much joy, abundance, and healing. And I'll talk to you soon, kitties. Bye.